effects of drinking water treatment residue on phosphorus in runoff from poultry litter. Well, let's take a look so we can see what's going on. The application of poultry litter to cropland is based on the nitrogen needs of the crop, and such practices has resulted in the excess buildup of soil phosphorus. Also, we can see here that soluble inorganic phosphate is routinely added to poultry diet as feed supplement to ensure adequate bone density and stimulate growth. As a result of practice, the poultry litter contains high levels of soluble phosphorus. To reduce solid waste, the poultry litter is applied to agricultural land as a crop fertilizer. And to minimize nitrate leaching and meet crop nitrogen needs, poultry litter application is often based on the crop N requirements. And this practice is in soils with phosphorus concentrations that are often much higher than the crop requirements, because the NP ratio of the poultry litter is 1 to 2 or 3 to 1, whereas NP requirement for major grain and hay crops is 8 to 1. Phosphorus in excess of the plant requirements increases the potential for P loss through the surface runoff, and with P losses through the surface runoff being 1 to 0.5 to 10 times greater than the subsurface drainage, the approximate 80 to 90% of P in the runoff from a field receiving animal manure is dissolved reactive P that is readily available for algae and aquatic feed growth. Also, Songacy, Hasatin, Cook, and as well. There are different factors that control the movement of phosphorus through runoff from fields receiving poultry litter, such as litter application rate, frequency of application time, and the rainfall intensity of application. Also, we can see here the runoff from poultry litter amended soils has become a major concern in Chesapeake Bay watershed, because phosphorus levels in the runoff in these sites are much higher than the 0.05 milligrams per liter and recommended by the EPA for streams, lakes, and respectively. The present concern of phosphorus movements from fields receiving poultry litter has encouraged the use of chemical amendments as possible means to reduce the soluble P in poultry litter and litter amendment soils. Studies have shown that the soluble phosphorus is readily absorbed and that precipitated in poultry litter and litter amended soils when chemical rich in aluminum, iron, and calcium were added. Also, we can see here that the application of regrade calcium oxide, aluminum sulfate, and iron chloride to poultry litter reduce the water extractability phosphorus from greater than 2,000 milligrams to less than 1 milligram as well. And an 85% reduction in water-soluble P was observed when a lump was used to amend poultry litter, and less expensive municipal and industrial residues containing the high levels of Al, Ca, and Fe have been used in the reducing soluble P in poultry litter as well. And iron oxide impregnated filter paper strips are an important technique for predicting bioavailable phosphorus in runoff as well. So that's a little background to phosphorus in runoff. This is definitely a concern and something to take a look at. So it's a good idea to know how much phosphorus is in your water.